everyone. Happy Easter! Easter, Easter. Yeah, what a crazy day Easter is, right? It's the day we remember the story of when Jesus was dead and then he wasn't dead. He came back to life. Except his body was like a body, but it wasn't a body because he could touch it, but he could also walk through walls. Whoa. Speaking of bodies, I thought it would be fun to pull up a video from last Easter where some of my friends help us tell the Easter morning story by using our bodies. So for this story, you're gonna need a bit of space. So wherever you are, make sure you got lots of room to move and stretch and wiggle your body. Okay, take it away, friends.
This is the story of Easter morning. Mary Magdalene was having trouble sleeping. She just kept thinking about her good friend Jesus, about how much she loved him and how much she missed him. So early in the morning, before the sun even rose, Mary Magdalene woke up, got out of bed, and started walking to Jesus' tomb. When she got there, she was surprised. She looked, and then she looked again, and saw that the stone in front of Jesus' tomb was rolled away. What do you think Mary was feeling when she saw that Jesus' tomb was empty? Go ahead and shout out your answer. Mary decided to run back to her friends to get some help. She didn't know what had happened to Jesus' body. Did someone steal it? She was starting to freak out a little. She grabbed two of her friends who were also Jesus' disciples, and they ran back to the tomb together. When they got there, they were all out of breath and fell to the ground. So they breathed in and they breathed out. They breathed in and they breathed out and stood back up. The first disciple looked in the tomb, but Jesus wasn't there. Then the second disciple looked in the tomb, and guess what? Jesus still wasn't there. All that was there were the linens that used to be wrapped around Jesus' body. Except now, they were neatly rolled up in the corner. Feeling sad and confused, the two disciples left the tomb and walked back to where they were staying. Mary started to cry. She decided to look into the tomb one last time. And guess what? This time, there were two angels sitting there. What do you think Mary was feeling when she saw two angels sitting in Jesus' tomb? Go ahead and shout out your answer. As Mary started telling the angels why she was crying, she felt a tap on her shoulder. Who do you think it is? It was Jesus! Now what do you think Mary was feeling when she saw Jesus? Go ahead and shout out your answer again. Mary could not believe this miraculous miracle. She gave Jesus the biggest hug she's ever given in her life, and then ran to tell her friends this amazing, miraculous news.
Wow, what a cool story. My favorite part of the story is when Mary finally realizes that it was Jesus. She was the first person ever to see Jesus after he came back to life. How cool is that? What's your favorite part of this Easter morning story? I feel like there are so many cool things that we could talk about with this story. So many things we could learn about God and ourselves and the world. But what I think it all comes down to is that Jesus didn't stay dead. Can you say that with me? Jesus didn't stay dead. Because, imagine you were one of Jesus's friends, or you were Mary in the garden. You had just lost one of your best friends, and everything you thought you knew had kind of been flipped upside down. I bet they really felt lost, confused, or hopeless, maybe even scared. Have you ever felt those things? I know I have. But then, what does Jesus do? Jesus meets his friends in their sorrow and anxiety and just says, "Hi, I'm back." And suddenly, all the sad feelings seem to melt away. This resurrected Jesus, this Jesus who came back to life, brought hope where there wasn't any. It's kind of like, those t-shirt cannons. Jesus is like, "Hey everybody, I'm back. Have some hope. You get a hope. Everybody look under your seats. You will get some hope." Something like that. So here's my question for you. What feels really hard right now? What feels too big, too scary, too overwhelming? Now, imagine you're Mary in this garden and you feel a tap on your shoulder. You turn around and it's Jesus. What does Jesus say to you? In the middle of your nervousness, in the middle of your sadness, in your anger, you see Jesus. And what does Jesus say to you? Jesus meets you in your big feelings, just like he met Mary in the garden. What does he say to you? Friends, life is hard, isn't it? But you know what? I'm really glad that you get to be in my life and I get to be in your life. Because who you are and how God made you just the way you are, it's amazing. So no matter what feelings you're carrying around today, big, small, happy, sad, I hope we can all help you remember that you are not alone. And that there's always hope, and that Jesus didn't stay dead. Yeah. Happy Easter. See you next time.